I really want to thank everyone that came tonight. I'm just overwhelmed by the response. So thank you very much. I kind of write this down because if not, I ramble. And I know you ladies want to eat dinner. So, my name is Ray Failing, and this is my journey. In early December of 2009, I felt a lump in my throat when I swallowed. I'd had a lump on my thyroid 7 years before, and it was just a fluid-filled sac, so at first I really wasn't worried about it. The doctor sent me for an ultrasound, and they found a mass on the top of my thyroid. My surgeon, who is also my guardian angel and has a passion about thyroids, explained that it was suspicious and wanted to do the needle biopsy right away. From that moment on, I knew this wasn't the same as before. As I was walking across the outpatient parking lot at the Wellness Bay Health for my biopsy, which I'd done many times before, something made me look to my right, and I saw this little white house with a sign on it that said the Wellness Community, which is now the Cancer Support Community. Little did I know what a huge impact that would have on my future. For any of us that have ever heard those three little words before, you have cancer, it changes your life forever. I still vividly remember sitting alone in my living room on January 29th, 2010, 2 days after my partial thyroidectomy, when the phone rang and it was my surgeon on the other end. He took the time to call me 5 days before my next appointment to tell me those three little words. I was in shock and disbelief. I was like, what now? What's going to happen? How can this happen? I have 2 young boys. I don't have time for cancer. I was angry and I was scared and I didn't know what to do. My family and friends tried to help and they were very supportive, but none of them had ever heard those three little words. When I went to see my oncologist for my first visit, I saw a flyer for the Wellness Community in the waiting room. And I remembered instantly of that little white house next to the outpatient parking lot, and I knew what I needed to do. On the back of that flyer, there was a calendar, and a few weeks later, I attended a support group. I was preparing for my second surgery to remove the rest of my thyroid and treatment to follow. I was amazed at the fact that even though I was the only one in group dealing with thyroid cancer, that we all had a common bond. We had all heard those three little words. We all had fears and questions and concerns, and we wanted answers. We were all there for each other. It was such a tremendous help to me, and I look forward to group night, as we called it, every week. Not long after starting group, I met Jan Shallcross, the director of the Kent County office, and we became fast friends. She loves what she does, and it's evident in each and every function and program that happens there. I even tried out Beading Buddies, and I found out that I'm really not that good at jewelry making. So I'll leave that to Jan. I made some amazing friends in support group, and we did a lot of things together. And unfortunately for some of them, their journey ended much too soon. One day on a poster that went up on the wall for the Strides for Hope marathon team, I saw it in group one night, and I remember thinking, yeah, right, I could never do that. A few weeks later, we were having group downstairs, and Jan and Susan Dubb were having an informational meeting upstairs about Strides. When they came down the stairs, I asked them, hey, what's this thing all about? Well, the rest was history. I was part of the team. I was fundraising and training through treatment that summer. I started training in July of 2010 when I had my treatment, and I couldn't be around my children for 10 days, or anyone else for that matter, because I was radioactive. I found it very therapeutic to walk and walk and walk. I don't think you realize how long 13.1 miles is until you try and walk it. I also lost 2 toenails and found out that I needed to be wearing shoes a size larger than I was. But I digress. Before I tackled my first half marathon, we did the Monster Mile in Dover. On December 5th, 2010, I walked 13.1 miles with Jan Shallcross by my side. We were Team Kent County. in 3 hours and 53 minutes down the strip in Las Vegas. It was very exciting and it was a very emotional race for me. It was so inspiring that I left with a tattoo on the inside of my left ankle. What happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. Things were going well and I was feeling pretty good. And then on March 29th, 2011, my mother was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. And I was devastated. She was everything to me. My father died when I was 22 months old, and my sister's 12 years older than I am. So when my sister was out tackling the world, it was always me and Mom. 1 month later, on April 29th, she lost her battle. It was so much harder for me to go through her short journey than it is to traverse my own. And there was the Cancer Support Community Delaware to help me through it all. It proves that they are not only there for the patient, but they're also there for the caregivers and their families. Don't know what I would have done without them. My resolve was even stronger to help others, and I knew I had a purpose. So off to New Orleans in 2011 with the Strides for Hope team I went. There was a purple ribbon over my heart on the front of my shirt for my mom. In 2012, I tore my ACL while training for Walt Disney World's half marathon. So I went along as a team cheerleader in my little red scooter. I had ACL replacement surgery in November of 2012 and meniscus surgery to fix my knee, and then I went to San Francisco with the team to race in the Half Moon Bay, California half marathon. I did a 5K, they wouldn't let me do the half. But my, what a beautiful place that was. I don't know if you saw the pictures that went up. Come join us for this year's race. We do one every year and it's a lot of fun. I still get tested every year, and even though I have a few lymph nodes that we're kind of keeping an eye on right now, I'm proud to say that I'm cancer-free. I am a survivor. I still get nervous and scared every time I have to get tested, but I know that the cancer support community is here for me. I'm very honored to be a member of the advisory committee here in Kent County and also the board of directors for the state of Delaware. This is a passion for me, and all the work they do comes from the heart. And I really appreciate every one of you coming out tonight to help support it. We offer all of our programs and services free of charge, and by events like this, you guys help us keep it that way. So enjoy your dinner, bid on some auction items, get some 50-50 tickets, and have a couple drinks. Thank you.